MJ Morning Show on Q105.
Folks, if you don't know the news, Fester alerted me late last night. Fester sent me a text about 10:30. Hey, you hear about our buddy the Cobbler? I'm like, no. And then Fester sends me a note. He had a massive heart attack. And as we gathered more information, we saw a post that his daughter put up, because his daughter does all the social media, and his daughter put this post up yesterday morning. In the very early hours this morning, my dad was taken to the hospital via ambulance, where he went into cardiac arrest. They had to shock him 3 times to get him back.
Oh, man.
We are currently in the ICU, and he is stable. We will be here for a few days. Definitely not the call you want to get at 3 in the morning. They said he had a full blockage, and they had to place 2 stents in his heart. Please keep Dad in your prayers this week for a full recovery. Again, this is America's Cobbler, one of the absolute best old school cobblers in the world, is right here in the area here in Florida, in Lakeland, right on South Florida in Lakeland. Michelle and I have been out there several times. All right, let me call. So I texted Jim last night, and he responded at 3:00 this morning. I was like, dude, what the? And he sends me this text. Oh my God. And thank you so much for reaching out. And then I said, hey, can you come on the show this morning? He said, really, I'm really tired, and probably tomorrow I'll do it. And he just texted me saying, hey, listen, they got me feeling a lot better. You can call me now. So here we are, final segment of the show. And let me get Jim on the line. Get his number here. All right, 1-863-2. All right, calling up Jim in his hospital bed in Lakeland.
Hey, good morning.
Jim, America's Cobbler. Dude, what a scare. Thank God you're alive.
Yeah, I know. I was, couldn't believe it was happening.
All right, so Jim, you sent me a text earlier that you felt you were out of breath for, how long were you feeling a little winded? How long did this go on for?
At least 9 months.
Oh, God. Jim, do you see a doctor regularly, or do you get a once-a-year physical, or no?
Yeah, I do. I see my doctor about every 4 months. Actually, my friend just walked in that I was walking with. He's my age. I graduated from high school with him, and he had a bigger heart attack than I did 9 months ago. And after about a month, we started walking together, and he was out walking me.
Wow. Jim, how old? I forgot. How old are you?
59.
Yeah, I mean, you're just a little older than I am. What a scare. So, Jim, you said that you woke up and it felt like you were getting pounded in the chest with a sledgehammer?
Yeah, it felt like a sledgehammer hit me right in the middle of the chest. It was definitely, I wasn't messing around at that point. I took my blood pressure real quick. It was like 220 over 140, and
oh wow!
I just said, call 911. I gotta go.
All right, so your wife called 911.
Yeah.
And Lakeland Fire and Rescue, they respond. How quickly were they there? Was it pretty fast?
Yeah, a few minutes. And EMS was. This is crazy. Going down South Florida Avenue, and it was 2:00 in the morning, and then they had South Florida Avenue from Edgewood all the way, which is the main road to the hospital,
yep,
all the way down over Memorial Boulevard shut off. Something was going on, so we had to go 15 minutes out of the way.
Oh my God!
Oh, no.
Yeah,
and the lady kept asking me what my pain level was. Like every 30 seconds, she was reading my EKG, and I was just it was getting worse and worse. And she was just not hollering at the driver, but saying, "What's our ETA? What's our ETA?" And when I pulled up, they had the team ready. This is how crucial 1 minute is. Got me upstairs to the cath room, went to put the catheter in my leg.
Yep.
And right as they were doing that, I just did that B-fib, and my heart just went into, nothing. And they
So you coded on the table at the hospital?
Yeah. And they had everything on me, ready to take care of me. But I mean, if we would have caught one more red light, that might have been a difference.
Holy crap, Jim! That's unbelievable. So, do you have any recollection? Because in your text, I think they had to revive you how many times?
It was 3.
They had to revive you 3 times.
Wow.
Do you have any recollection of that, or you were just out of it?
Nah, it kind of felt like kind of like a dream, or when you pass out. I felt like I'd want to sleep or something. It just, I felt like I saw Van Gogh's Starry Night.
Oh my God! So Jim, listen, I when I saw this, Fester I didn't know this. Fester made me aware of this last night. Fester sent me a text at like 10:30. He said, "Did you hear about our friend the Cobbler?" I'm like, "No." And then Fester texted me back, massive heart attack. Go check his social media. So then I went to your social media. Your daughter, who handles your social, had posted. I'm like, oh, and then I texted you right away. And then you saw my text because you responded to me at 3:00 this morning. Jim, let me tell you right now that your soul is not ready to go anywhere. The only souls you need to be dealing with are the shoe soles on South Florida and Lakeland, okay?
Good line.
Well, I tell you, the social media people pouring out from, France and Sweden and Australia. I had no idea. I just had no idea how many people are out there praying for me. It's been incredible. I'm so thankful for all of these people. I know you know what I mean.
I do. Listen, you have 650,000 plus on Instagram. I think don't you have millions on TikTok?
I think it's 1.3 or something.
So Jim McFarland, folks, this is Jim McFarland, known as Americascobbler on social media, out of Lakeland, old school shoemaker. A genius. Does some of the best work in the world, actually judges and is part of worldwide cobbler contests and conventions. Jim is known across the world in the shoe business with the kind of work he does right out of Lakeland. And Jim, what a scare. Thank God you were able to get to the hospital and again, another minute, and that just sucked about South Florida being blocked off for whatever, and because you could have been to the hospital a lot sooner.
Yeah, and let me tell you, they took a back road it was old brick roads, and it was so bumpy. I thought the back door was going to open up. I was going to look like a scene out of The Simpsons.
Yeah, that's happened. That's happened before. Wow. All right. So Jim,
good news is my numbers are great, and things are looking good.
But what about the blockage? You said that in a text they put 2 stents in, but are you going to need a bypass, a double, a triple, a quadruple?
No. We were there in enough time to not have a lot of damage, but
if you have arterial blockage.
Yeah, what's the next step?
Yeah, a lot of times if you have arterial blockage, they want to do a bypass.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't. I guess I'll be talking to a cardiologist.
Yeah, don't be surprised. Listen, I'm not a doctor. I'm a goofy radio guy. But, I wouldn't be surprised if at some point the cardiologist wants to recommend a bypass procedure.
Yeah, so they did my friend. So.
Yeah. Jim, you sound pretty good for a guy that coded out 3 times on the table yesterday. That is unbelievable, Jim. When do you think you'll be back in the shop?
I'll at least take this week off. If I'm feeling good, I'll start off slow next week and see how it goes.
But wait a minute. What about Mrs. Jones's Louboutins? I'm kidding.
I have a heel on my boot. I need you to look at it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I'm kidding around. Jim, listen, it is great to hear your voice. Wow. I'm glad we have a positive outcome here, but you got to get to the cardiologist. They're going to have to do a whole workup because, obviously, they got to fix what's wrong.
Yes. Yep. Life changed, that's for sure.
Yeah, has it caused you to look at things differently? Have you had a little bit of an awakening after this episode?
Well, I've always appreciated life and everything and my family. what it's made me most aware of is taking care of yourself and getting your heart checked. And if you have if you're feeling something weird, just go to the doctor and get it checked out. And that's the biggest thing for me. I tell my family how much I love them every day. So, I lost my dad at an early age, so I know how important all that stuff is. I had everything in good order in case something did happen, but I'm thankful I'm here, and I'm still got a lot of work to do, and I guess that's about it.
Yeah, we're thankful we're talking to you right now and hearing your voice.
Thank you very much.
Folks, on social media, he's America's Cobbler. Jim, anything else?
No, I appreciate you guys' support. You guys have been wonderful to me and always so supportive, and been listening to your show for over 30 years. Love you guys, and thank you for everything.
Thank you, Jim. All right, we'll be in touch, and we'll come out to see you as soon as you're back up and running, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, Jim, take care of yourself, buddy, and thank God you're alive.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye.
See you guys.
All right.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Jim McFarland, America's Cobbler on social media, known around the world as just a master shoe guy, master shoe repair. I mean, his videos get like millions of views. It's insane.
Yeah.
And suffered a massive heart attack, and it looks like he's on the road to recovery. But I don't know how he doesn't escape a bypass operation.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Would one trip to a cardiologist have detected this?
Yeah, probably if they did a stress test, I would imagine that. Or if he had a chest X-ray, like a calcium score, would have determined blockage.
A couple of simple tests.
Yeah, absolutely. But certainly a stress test might have, EKG, a stress test. I mean, there are a multitude that might have showed some irregularities. But, God, I almost sound like I halfway know what I'm talking about.
A legendary morning show on a legendary radio station.
Once you start listening, you won't stop.
This is the MJ Morning Show on Q105.